On the last part, Vegeta and Nappa were defeated. Unfortunately, Nappa is still dead because Vegeta had killed him off. Afterwards, Vegeta stays on Earth to train with Goku to prepare for their fight against Frieza. However, their training was interrupted when King-Kai tells them that Frieza was actually on his way to Namek to get the Dragon Balls. He had overheard the conversation about the Dragon Balls through Vegeta and Nappa's scouter. So our heroes made their way to Namek as well in the spaceship that Dr. Briefs managed to build, training along the way. So the first encounter they have with the Frieza force was when Dodario tried to kill off Dente. Piccolo could not resist the urge, so Piccolo steps in and knocks Dodario out of the way. Goku and Vegeta knew that at this point, they still didn't know Frieza's true extent of his powers. So they decide to just hide for now and not make an appearance. So now Piccolo faces off against Dodario. Will the training that he did on the gravity chamber and on the gravity ship be enough for him to surpass Dodario? Well, we have to find out today on Dragon Ball Z. Turns out Piccolo was more than enough to handle Dodario, so before we talk about the fight, we look at some power levels. Goku is at a power level of 2.5 million, Vegeta at 2.1 million, and Piccolo at 1 million. So base fight is basically a wash. Dodario isn't even at 100,000 battle power. So Dodario was immediately killed. Piccolo did not spare his enemy. And Frieza was actually pretty interested at this Namekian. This Namekian seemed to be the strongest Namekian on this planet, and by far. So Goku and Vegeta watch on as Piccolo decides to face off against Frieza's first form. However, Frieza's first form was soon overwhelmed by Piccolo's rapid punches, sending Frieza flying sideways into a cliff. Frieza climbs out of the debris and immediately shouts and powers up into his second form. His second form had a power level of over 1 million. At first, while they seemed to be evenly matched, Frieza actually had the upper hand as he lands a solid kick on Piccolo, sending Piccolo flying backwards into the water. Piccolo flies back out, ready to fight once again, and then Frieza just appears in front of him, knocking him down onto the ground again. Piccolo stands back up, injured, but still fine, and Goku and Vegeta decide it was time for them to step in and knock Frieza out of the way. Goku and Vegeta were more than enough to handle Frieza's second form. Frieza was pissed off. Now there were two more Saiyans, and one of them was the stupid Vegeta. So he powers up one strong time into his third form, and Goku and Vegeta realized that they had to go all out and immediately powered up as well into their max power level, managing to knock Frieza out of the way with their coordinated attacks. Frieza in his third form was still no match for Goku and Vegeta, so he powers up into his final form, the first time he had revealed this form in many decades. Goku, Vegeta and Piccolo were all shocked at Frieza's power, and Frieza immediately knocks all three of them into the ground. Frieza's speed and power were both amazing, and Goku and Vegeta could not comprehend how Frieza was this powerful. They did not know that they had miscalculated this badly. Frieza remarks that this was only 10% of his power. He was only at a power level of 12 million, and Goku and Vegeta already couldn't handle it at all. Goku and Vegeta stand back up, tired but still okay. Goku and Vegeta didn't know whether Frieza was lying about his true battle power, but if he was, they were screwed. However, they were still gonna try. They weren't gonna let Frieza get the Dragon Balls. They were gonna win this fight no matter what, and Goku still had a hidden trump card under his sleeve. So Goku powers up to Kaioken and dodges all of Frieza's punches, while Vegeta supports him from the back, sending Ki Blast to intercept Frieza's path whenever he tries to dodge Goku's punches. And Frieza was actually getting kinda annoyed by this. This was super frustrating. Finally, he manages to land a solid hit on Goku, and then Goku was sent flying to the floor. When Vegeta suddenly flies back up, his injuries all gone from his fight against Frieza. Frieza was hella confused. What the heck did his injury go? And suddenly, Goku and Piccolo were back in the fight, their injuries fully healed again. Frieza was confused at this point. They were just healing non-stop. This was impossible, and then suddenly he realizes it was that Namekian, small little kid killed all of them continuously. So Frieza immediately launches a beam towards Dende. Goku and Vegeta were confused. Where was Frieza even aiming towards? The beam just ran right past them. But then as they looked back, they realized the beam was aimed towards Dende, killing him once and for all. Goku was pissed off. Frieza was a tyrant who just killed off innocent lives. He didn't deserve to live on the same mortal realm as them. As Goku starts to power up, his hair and aura changing for a brief second before turning back and changing once again before finally he unleashes a loud roar. He had transformed into a legendary Super Saiyan. His aura yellow, his hair spiky, and his eyes green, looking menacingly at Frieza. So this is where we'll leave off for now. Will Goku be able to defeat Frieza with his new legendary Super Saiyan transformation? Well, there's something yet to find out in the next part on Dragon Ball Z.